Hey y'all, I'm April McKinney, and today I'm going to show you two delicious recipes. They're both sort of summer picnic themed recipes, and the first is a delicious molasses baked bean recipe. The second one is some honey mustard deviled eggs. And in both of these recipes, I'm using a line called Ava and Zoey's. This is a line made by the Nashville Jam Company. You probably saw my video a few weeks ago of the blackberry lime glazed pork tenderloin. You can check that out, made with the Nashville Jam Company's delicious blackberry jam. But today I'm using these two products. One is the habanero ketchup from Ava and Zoey's. It is so fantastic. Really delicious, got a little kick of heat, a little bit of sweetness, and perfect in these baked beans. The other one is this jalapeno honey mustard that is also fantastic, and I'm usually not a big mustard person, but this is ridiculously good. And so I'm going to use this in a deviled egg recipe. So I'll show you that in the second half of the video, but first I'm going to start out with the baked bean recipe. It's really simple, really easy, but just tastes great and perfect to bring to your next barbecue or picnic that you've got going on this summer. What I'm going to start out with is I have 2 cans here that I've just rinsed and drained of Great Northern beans. So basically just like a white bean, just like that. You can find them at any grocery store, really cheap. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and add to this is I'm going to add my ketchup here. This is the habanero ketchup from Ava and Zoey's. Like I said, it's delicious. Of course, I'm sort of a ketchup fanatic, so I absolutely love this stuff. They also have a jalapeno ketchup that's really good in this. Of course, you could use regular ketchup in this recipe as well, but it's not going to be anything like this. This is just an extra kick and really takes this dish to the next level. All right, so we've got the Ava and Zoey's habanero ketchup in there. The next thing I want to add in is my onion. I've got 3/4 cup of just regular diced onion. And you can get creative with this recipe if you wanted to add in maybe some bell pepper, some green bell pepper. That would be really nice. But for today, I'm just using that onion. Onion and beans. Classic combination. Next, I'm going to add in my 2 tablespoons of the honey mustard. Actually, I'm sorry, not honey mustard, Dijon mustard. Of course, you could use regular mustard if that was what you had. You could use Ava and Zoey's jalapeno honey mustard if you really want a little extra kick in there of heat. But this is just 2 tablespoons of regular mustard going in the baked beans. I love making my own beans instead of buying them from the can and just baking them, because you get to control the salt and the sugar and exactly what goes in here. You get to control the amount of fat. In this habanero ketchup, I mean, the ingredients are listed right on the front, but it's tomatoes, vinegar, sugar, habaneros, onion powder, and spices. So you're not getting any preservatives. You're not getting any high fructose corn syrup. You're just getting the real products. You know exactly what's going in here, and it does a lot of the work for you as far as the seasoning and flavoring of this baked bean recipe. Okay, and we gotta have a little extra sweetness. Sometimes you'll see brown sugar or honey. I'm using molasses. I'm getting real southern here. I'm using a 1/4 cup of molasses. Love molasses. The thick, rich flavor of this is gonna be really nice in this recipe. And then, gonna have some Worcestershire sauce in here. This is like one of my staple recipes in any kind of a picnic or barbecue. You're gonna have Worcestershire sauce in most of the recipes. I have a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce going in. And then I'm going to add in about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm only adding 1/2 teaspoon because I do have that Worcestershire sauce in there, which has quite a bit. I've salted it already. So this already is looking absolutely fantastic. I know it's going to be good. It smells great already. But I have one little special ingredient that I'm going to put in. I have got 3/4 cup of beer here. You can use whatever kind of beer you like. I like to use something that you really like the flavor of, maybe more than, you know, just a plain flat beer, something that's got a little more character to it. So I've got one that I really like that's going in here. And I'm going to get it stirred up, and you're going to see that this looks a little bit runny, okay? It's going to look almost soupy, like, I don't know about this. But I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 45 minutes. So 45 minutes uncovered, and a lot of this liquid is going to evaporate, and it's going to reduce down and make a really rich flavor in these beans. So that's all the ingredients that I'm putting in. So now I'm going to grab my little baking dish here. You can always double this recipe if you are serving a bigger group. This will feed about 6 people, but if you're going to have more than that, you can of course double the recipe and put it in maybe a 9 by 13 dish would be fine. sprayed the cooking spray. Get my beans in. See how they're kind of soupy like that? It's gonna make them good, believe me. So I'm gonna get those in, like I said, 350 for 45 minutes. I'll take a look at them. If they look like they need a little more time, a little more reducing down, then I may go an extra 5 or 10 minutes or so, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. Alright y'all, so while my baked beans are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start on my second recipe, my deviled eggs. And this, like I said, I'm making with this jalapeno honey mustard from Ava and Zoey's. It is so good. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of mustard usually by itself, but this dip a pretzel in it and it is fantastic. So what I'm going to start with on this recipe, of course, is eggs. I've hard boiled 6 eggs, as you can see, and just cut those in half. I always like to make a couple extra of the eggs because sometimes you end up breaking them whenever you're peeling them. It's not exactly my favorite job, but it's got to be done, and we're going to have a delicious ending to that. So I'm going to go ahead and just start taking the little yolks right out of the whites here. And once I do that, I'll begin to mix up all the ingredients. Okay, now that I've got all the yolks out, I'm just going to set the little egg whites aside over here. And then I'm going to start just mixing these up, breaking them up with my whisk. Alright, so once they're nice and airy like that, I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to put in here 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Gotta have mayonnaise and deviled eggs. I'm also going to add my Ava and Zoey's. And this is going to add such a nice sweetness and also a little heat in here from the jalapeno flavor. But it's really not overpoweringly hot, so I think your kids would be okay with this. You may want to have them taste it first and make sure if they're real sensitive to heat. But I'm pretty sure everybody is going to love this stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take my whisk here and just start mixing it up, getting it nice and smooth. Alright, I'm also going to add in some lemon juice, and this is just going to sort of cut that richness a little bit. We've got the yolks, which are really rich, the mayonnaise, the mustard, and the lemon juice will just cut that a little bit and add a fresh citrus flavor. So I'm doing about a tablespoon there of lemon juice. Whisk that in. You could also do this with a mixer or a food processor if you don't like to have any lumps, but this is just the easy, quick way to mix these up. It'll take no time at all. And then I'm going to add in, of course, some Worcestershire sauce. Like I said, if it's a picnic kind of food or barbecue, you're going to have Worcestershire sauce. And that is a teaspoon I'm putting in of that. That has all kinds of great flavors in it. Okay, and I'm now, for my last ingredient, I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of Wickles. And if you haven't had Wickles, you've got to try them. They're spicy. They're just a really delicious relish. You can pretty much get them at any grocery store. But if you couldn't find them or you just had regular relish, by all means, that will work too. Get these mixed in. Okay, y'all, that is the mixture all mixed up. It smells so good. I'm going to go ahead and pull my egg whites over here. And if you really want to be fancy about this, you can put this yolk mixture into a Ziploc bag, just cut the tip off, and you can pipe the yolk mixture into the egg whites. For today and for now, I'm just going to put a little bit in each little white there and evenly get it in there. And then what I'll do is go ahead and chill these for about 30 minutes to an hour so the mayonnaise and the yolks and everything hardens, firms up a little bit. And then we will have fantastic, delicious, maybe the best deviled eggs you've ever had. Seriously. Alright, I'm going to finish these up and then I'm going to check on my beans and I'll show you what everything looks like when it's all finished up. Alright y'all, my baked beans have come out of the oven. You can see that really nice caramelization on these. They smell so good. And then my beautiful deviled eggs here, I just sprinkled a little paprika on top, just the traditional garnish for deviled eggs, and I cannot wait to try these. I can't wait for you guys to try them. Be sure and check out Ava and Zoey's made from the Nashville Jam Company. You can go to their website at thenashvilljamco.com, and you can also find out on their website where you can get this delicious line of products. It is so good. I know you're going to love it. I gotta try some of this stuff. Enjoy.